Dang. Oh, okay.
Oh.
So we're just watching the end of the Texans-Cardinals game because that obviously now is very important.
6-4, crazy.
6-4 for the Texans is crazy, but it would be a lot more scary if the Jags lost to the Titans at home, but they did not. They routed them. Well, it's a good game when your backup quarterback's playing in the fourth quarter. Well, depends. But yes, in this case, it was a great thing that CJ Beathard ended the game for us because look at this Trevor stat line.
Damn. 24 for 32, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 rush tutties. I like when he's bold in the red zone and not throwing interceptions.
4 touchdowns. Yeah, I don't think we turned it over today at all.
I don't think we did.
And that's crazy because Tank Bigsby was in there.
He was in there a lot, and we all know he is a turnover machine, but I'm glad that we can put the 49ers game past us and look ahead to next week now after we came out here and scored 30-plus points, which early in the Bleacher Report streams, I've been saying that this is a roster that can average 30-plus points a game. We have a few already, Saints game, Colts game, where we've scored 30-plus. So I love to see this, and I love that they were able to bounce back at home at that because they've not been good at home. Chiefs game, Texans game, the game last week, they have not been winning at home. So this was a good bounce-back win. Now we can breathe, sigh of relief, as we have a very important division game next week against the Texans. But before we dive too much into that, we'll bask in this W for a little bit because we need to. We all need to calm down a little bit and just take a breather because we just beat the Titans, our arch rival. Look at the shirt.
I know.
Look at the shirt, y'all. The stiff arm from last year. We did it.
It can't be overstated like how important it is that we're finally we turn the ship on them. They've been beating us for years when we were down bad for the last decade, but now it's it might take me a second, but I had a tweet after we beat them in Tennessee that the Titans have a new daddy and it's Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's been your pinned tweet for quite some time now.
Since the game happened last year.
I actually do. So I've been keeping drafts on Twitter from everybody who's predicted that the Jags would lose to their favorite team. So just in case that we do end up beating them, I keep drafts. So I do need to tweet back at somebody right now.
Do you have some good ones that you can share?
I just have one. Somebody was like, I got to tweet it first to see the original post, but someone said, can't wait for November 19th because I guess a bunch of people were – this was in summer when Titans fans were saying how they were going to win the division, and us Jags fans there was a bunch of Jags fans on this one tweet just telling this guy you sure about that? So back in June, he was like, cannot wait for November 19th. So I'm quote tweeting it and just saying, how was the wait? Quite a long time. I got to make sure it's not deleted yet because a lot of people like to go back and delete tweets, but not I.
So it's crazy that I kind of poo-pooed it that Zay Jones being the key to the offense, but so far it looks like that might be the case. I don't know why. Sorry, we have red zone on. But the fact why can't Ridley? Yeah, I'll share my screen again. Why can't Calvin Ridley do
this every game?
This is it. Why can't this be every week? Why does Zay Jones have to be in the offense? This Calvin Ridley game was what I was expecting all year long. Hopefully it's a switch because we started last year 3-6.
Yeah. We
started this year 6-3, and maybe this is when we turn it on, like we turned it on last year. You know how every game was going the exact opposite of last year?
Yeah. It's still on the same.
No, I don't think we wait.
It is.
It's on the same trajectory. We're completely wait, no, we would have lost.
Be.
Yeah.
No, we were 3-7 last year.
Oh, were we?
We're 7-3 now? Oh yeah.
Okay, I guess so we have to win next week to break that streak.
We just got to find the game that's opposite the Lions game and then see if we go on a 5-game losing streak. Well, I don't see it happening, especially with the Browns, Bengals losing their quarterbacks. I feel like those games should be kind of layups for our defense. Like this one kind of was. We're not used to seeing Derrick Henry not eat us up on the ground. And he only had 38 yards this game. So we were in Levis's face the whole game. He had a great game on the stat sheet, but he was getting ate up in the backfield. We were stopping the run. It was a good game defensively, and then our offense showed out. So it is just funny how every time Zay Jones is in the lineup that Calvin Ridley's able to go off. But Andy hates to say it, but it's the X factor. That's the Z factor, boy. Zay Jones, come on now. I just wish he was more of a factor, but I guess I feel like he's still hurt, so they probably just used him as a decoy today, but I think he only had like a couple of receptions.
So Calvin Ridley has 300-yard games this year, and all of them have been weeks that Zay Jones played. Swamp 2020 asked us if we'll be at the Monday Night Football game. Come on now. We hope it's still Monday Night Football game. They have until Wednesday to decide whether or not they're going to flex it. I don't see them flexing it. There aren't a lot of great games that week.
And come on, man. Just you gave us the Monday night game already. Don't flex us out of that. We deserve that. We're 7-3 this year. And if Joe Burrow was healthy, that would have been an amazing game regardless. So just because Joe Burrow's out, come on now. People need to see this Jags offense at home.
Yeah, we'll be there. Tailgate will be crazy. Tailgate this week was crazy.
Hey, beer ball.
But that's a given.
Beer ball, the star of the show at the tailgate. Come on. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Vega. Fire shirt. Shout out BCB. This was they sold this last season after the last Titans game of the year. I think that was the second one. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was the first one because the second one was for the division. But, it was very hot today. Like,
oh, my gosh.
We had a week of rain, and then today just said, hey, we're going to treat it like it's a September home game because that's what it exactly felt like.
But once we get, like, in 20 years, when we get that shade over the stadium, when we get that
you said
stadium,
in 20 years?
Yeah, when we get that stadium renovation, that's what it's going to feel like. That shade in days like today, when you still get the wind coming through and it's still like 77 out, but you're not in the sun, that's going to feel so nice.
We're going to be playing in the Jacksonville Armada Stadium till then. Days like this, it's kind of tough because it's kind of tough to watch the game, first of all, because my hand is like this the entire game, like trying to see the field. And I just want to sit down and soak because it's so damn hot. So some of the times I'll be on Twitter most of the game because I'm just like too sweaty to really pay attention. But I do catch the good moments. If you guys go to my Twitter, I catch the good moments, good enough moments to share with y'all.
So this is a crazy stat. Calvin Ridley this year in the 4 games that Zay Jones has played, 24 catches, 358 yards, 3 touchdowns in 4 games. In the 7 other games, 7, so that's 3 more, 18 catches that Zay isn't playing, 18 catches, 216 yards, and 1 touchdown. So the production is
no coincidence.
Incredibly staggering, the difference there.
J Sav 215 says, we not contenders, just playoff locks at best. Do you agree with him? Or
we've beaten like one real contender.
And they've kind of fallen off.
Am I wrong?
Bills?
Beaten someone? Yeah. I mean,
Steelers 6-3.
I mean, Steelers are 6-3.
I mean,
they could luck.
They're the best win.
They could luck into
Steelers aren't contenders though.
I still got the Bills as their best win.
It is.
If we beat the Texans next week, that's my best win.
We've had Chiefs and 49ers and we didn't beat those guys. So Bills is definitely the best one we have. But yeah, if the Texans are surging, bro. If we beat them on the road, then yeah, they already wiped us here. So that would be our best dub, especially because it's division as well. That would put us in a significant position, especially going into a AFC North gauntlet after that, which, like I said, it got kind of less of a gauntlet with the QB injuries.
I'm just worried that they're just a train that's going to be hard to stop right now.
Who?
The Texans.
Oh.
So I put up a poll.
That's possible.
See if you guys are worried about the Texans.
Are you worried about the Texans next week? You guys are going to be full of Thanksgiving food, maybe eating some leftovers when this game is on.
That's crazy that Thanksgiving is this week.
Yep, Thursday this week.
Wait. God,
make sure y'all tweet us your Thanksgiving.
I know
plates.
His plates are crazy.
Yeah, his plates go dumb. We still got to visit.
You know what? So. I'm not scared next week if this is what it looks like. This touchdown pass was so beautiful because we all saw that Ridley was coming open into the end zone. And then Trevor sees it, and he's kind of under pressure, so he does it on a little step up. That was not a clean
Ding,
stance.
ding, ding. Oof.
Like he did that on 1.5 legs. One leg was bent, but that's beautiful.
That's the play I got on my Twitter right now. Couldn't see.
Like we own them. I love that we own this team now.
Yeah.
What are we? 3-game winning streak now, and then we play them again in Nashville. I was just looking up tickets.
We just gotta own. We gotta own.
We gotta own the
team
Texans.
The team that we thought would have been the worst in the division is the one we need to own now. The Titans have fallen off. Colts have fallen off, and now the Texans are surging with a rookie. So could be hell, but we'll wait and see for that. But we'll be good.
What?
Be good.
Oh, Aiden Hutchinson. God dang it.
It was a safety, don't worry.
That was a safety.
But that's wins them the game. That's
No,
crazy.
they were already up.
Oh, that happened fast. Lions
They scored.
So look around the league real quick. The Steelers are tied with the Browns 10-10. So that
game's going to end in a tie.
That will. Damn, they are going to overtime. That game is pretty important because
I think Browns are in the scoring territory.
That's a pretty important game because it might depend on who comes here in the playoffs. Yeah, unfortunately, we saw C.J. Stroud's pocket presence today on display. Because J.Say said C.J. Stroud is comfortable no matter if we blitz or not. We're going to need to score points.
Yeah.
That's very true. C.J. Stroud had a freaking crazy bomb today.
And he set another record. I wish I would have screenshotted. I think it was most yards in a 3-game stretch by a rookie ever. Pretty sure that's what it was.
Sick. Yeah, by halftime, he had 250 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's breaking records every week, and it's sad that the Panthers did this to us. The Panthers are our ops now. A December 31st game matters more than any of these. Got to beat them 40-0.
We aren't contenders, but
hey, reshare that.
We aren't contenders, but getting close. Oops. Here,
I'm about to retweet that for you.
Wrong one. Oh well. So Jones Dan doesn't think we're contenders, but we're getting close. I guess I agree.
Yeah,
we got to beat the Texans.
Or we're not contenders right now, especially if the Texans sweep us. You can't get swept by a rookie quarterback and be like, oh, we'll be fine in the playoffs with Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. We still get Lamar Jackson too, but
Field goal for the win.
The only team that
thank goodness. I don't know why.
The only teams really in the AFC that we should be scared of are the Chiefs, obviously, because we haven't beaten them, and then
Texans,
Lamar Jackson, and the Texans. That's it. Otherwise, who in the AFC is really competing with us in the playoffs? Especially because the Bengals are falling off. Dolphins, I feel like we could beat the Dolphins. It's really just Mahomes and Lamar, and we'll see Lamar Sunday Night Football. But we're in a good spot right now.
That first game versus the Texans was a fluke, bro. We're going to handle those boys. I sure hope you're right, Kodak Kev. That'd be amazing. One of the downsides from this game was that our short yardage issues, like 3rd and 1, was I think I only really remember one, but when ETN got blown up in the backfield by Simmons.
I don't remember the last time we really ran the ball well.
Wow.
Browns won. Yeah.
Browns just won, everybody.
2 seconds left.
Oh, flag on the play, of course.
Oh, you crying?
Dorian Thompson-Robinson, I think that's his name, from UCLA. He was really good in the preseason, but that doesn't matter.
Got the 2 picks.
Let's look ahead
to our schedule.
Yeah, because I don't really have much to say about the Titans game. I mean, we kicked their ass.
We kicked their ass, and this is what we wanted. It was
and it's weird.
Strictly business trip, and we standing on business. Okay, so we did our thing, and I mean, if we lost this game, we'd be sitting here like Texans are going to run us. You know, it's a week-to-week lead, especially as fans, because we were in shambles after the 49ers game. After we just won 5 straight, we're like, we got to beat the Titans. They don't look good because we got Texans after that. And if we lose back-to-back division games, and that's not going to be good. But the way they came out here, it's the way they win or lose games that really makes the fans go crazy or be calm. And scoring 3 points at home is, especially in a stadium full of 49ers fans, not going to bode well for your expectations for the following week. So I didn't expect to win this game. I just expected them to come out here and be better than last week, and they definitely were. So I'm glad they were prepared for that. And now they got to come out here, enjoy their holiday, and prepare for the Texans, because that team is so tough right now. Like, I can't even explain them right now. This doesn't really happen.
It feels like they're us like last year when we turned it around, but they've been pretty decent all year. Let me just go through some stats from this game real quick before we look ahead. Trevor had 260 yards, 2 tutties in the air, and then 2 touchdowns on the ground, which is kind of crazy. Ridley, 2 touchdowns, 103 yards. Derrick Henry, 38 rushing yards.
Yep.
Good to see that we own him now. You okay?
Linebacker, boy.
24 first downs for us to 12 for the Titans. Total yards put up 389 to their 235.
Beautiful.
Can we just copy and paste for next week? That'd be amazing.
Jay says, we are contenders based of our roster, coach, and I feel like we can beat any team in the conference, but it's just something that doesn't flow like all the other contenders. We still turn the ball over too much. Some questionable play calling and underthrows by Trevor.
So I guess this game is important too, the Dolphins games, and Jalen Ramsey's on the ground. Did he pick it off?
Yeah.
So that's like a game-winning pick, and now he's hurt though.
Trevor should have had 75 more pass yards. I guess.
I don't care.
Trevor had a great game. It was a great game, not a good game. I think he played pretty good. He had the one underthrow that I can remember to Zay Jones, and we got a penalty. That's a great. You tweeted something about the underthrown deep ball, best play in football.
Yeah, he had 2 really pretty bad underthrows, but one of them was a pass interference, which happens in the league, which shouldn't have happened, but I'll take it.
And if you do have plays like that in the NFL, it's fine. You're not going to have perfect games every game. It's just if you can play the rest of the game decent, then you have games like this where you score 34 points. So that's not really something to worry about. It's like we didn't have the turnovers that we usually have. We got in the red zone, and we didn't score on every red zone opportunity, but we didn't turn the ball over either. So it's just playing like that and doing that consistently week to week where we can be able to contend if we don't have games like we had against the Steelers and other teams that we played. But I'm satisfied. I'm content. Like, I'm not one to be optimistic every time we lose a game or win a game, but I'm going to be here because I was the pessimistic guy last week when we scored 3 points, and people were trying to be optimistic because we were 6-3. But Trevor, 4 tutties. We didn't turn the ball over. Defense held Derrick Henry to less than 40 yards. I'm content. I don't have anything really to complain about this game, and I hope they can do the same thing next week, keep the momentum going, because the way they came out of the bye week was not what I expected, especially with the gauntlet they had travel-wise, going to London and then going across country and then playing on Thursday night and then being 6-2 in that stretch and then getting some rest and then coming out here and getting smacked by the Niners. That's not what you want. But the way we played today, that's cool with me. But this win don't mean nothing. All right. It means something. It's a division win, and we scored 30-plus points. So if you can't find a positive out of this win, then I just can't talk to you then.
Here's a positive. We scored the most points this week, tied with the Ravens. Most points in the league.
That does nothing for me.
That does nothing?
Nothing for me.
Damn.
Nothing for Jay.
We go to Houston next week, obviously. Huge game. Might be for the division. And then we host the Bengals on Monday Night Football without Joe Burrow. Like, if we win Houston, we're set up so pretty because then we host Cincy. We go to Cleveland, who just lost Deshaun Watson for the year. And then
great win by them today, though, versus Steelers.
Oh, wow. And then we host the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. So our next 2 home games are back-to-back night games, which is beautiful. And then in Tampa for Christmas Eve.
We going?
Come on now. I'll be
there.
Come on now. I'll be there. And then home versus the Panthers. Come on now. I mean, this whole rest of the schedule is come on now. And then at Tennessee, which I'll be there too, is what it looks like. So come on now. great. I mean, let's do a little prediction real quick.
I will say, Jags though 7-3, Texans 6-4. They beat us. We both 7-4, and we looking at
We got to win one more game than them.
We looking at like a 6 seed. Looking at a 6 seed
Ew.
with the Texans in third place.
If we don't host a playoff game this year and we let them, that made me sick.
Yeah, and the Texans schedule is easy because we're playing a last place schedule. But
I see 5 more wins on our schedule for us.
man,
So that's 5 plus 7.
12
Or are we 6-3? 12-4 is what we'd be.
that's crazy.
Oh my God.
We lose to the Niners. I'm like, we're losing out. Then we
7,
win a game,
8,
and I'm
9,
like,
10,
yeah, we might win 5 more.
12 more, and then if we want to get the first 1 seed, obviously we do. We probably need to beat the Ravens when they come here, and then
No Andrews.
Yeah, that helps.
Got to guard Zay Flowers and Odell. That's it. And stop
Yeah.
Lamar from
We
running.
did it last year.
And then so Chiefs versus Eagles tonight.
That's tonight or Monday.
This
Oh
Monday.
no, I was looking forward to that.
Sorry to burst your bubble, buddy.
So we need to be huge Eagles fans on Monday. And then Raiders look like they've turned it around since they fired McDaniels. So that's who the Chiefs play after this week.
Oh yeah, Sunday Night Football is cheeks.
Then they have Green Bay. They'll beat them. Buffalo at home. I can't trust Buffalo, but that's a wild card. At New England, that's a win for the Chiefs versus the Raiders again. Bengals without Joe Burrow, and then Chart. Yeah, we need to win a majority of the rest of our games if we want the 1 seed. I don't want to go Arrowhead, man.
We're going Arrowhead. It is what it is. I just want to host at least 1 playoff game. So beat the Texans, and we'll see y'all next week on YouTube. But